As I look at this beautiful sight, my mind goes back to the past, and it also looks into the future. For here, the distant past surrounds us, the great past when our ancestors built great works here. What we are going to do here is for the future, for future generations, for you and your children and your children's children, and long after that, so that the waters of this great river of ours, Krishna, might be utilized, might spread out over your fields and might thus bless your work. But let us think also of the old 2,000 years ago, when this Krishna Nadi brought, on it came great ships here from the sea, and people came here from distant countries, China and Japan, Burma and Thailand and Ceylon. They came here. Why? Because this here was a great city, a famous university, and Indian thought and culture spread out from here. Here stood the great city of Sri Parvata, later known as Vijaypuri. Here the great Ikshvaku kings ruled, and here above all was a great university and the great Acharya Nagarjuna. So this place here where we sit was a great center of learning and culture and the Buddhist faith, not only for our own country, but for many countries in Asia. And people came here from these distant countries to learn the message of the Buddha, the message of peace and goodwill. So let us remember of that great period in our history when India was a seat of learning and light, giving generously of her learning and her message and light to our neighbor countries and friends. Now again, 2,000 years later, we are again free, and we have renewed our bonds with all our countries, neighbor countries, and again I hope all of us together will work for peace and for the advancement of humanity. And in this work, in this great work that we are now beginning in the whole of India, and of which this Nagarjuna Sagar may well be a symbol, in this great work I am sure we shall have the blessings of our great ancestors who used to work here. Today, what is the best prayer that we can pray? What is the best temple to which we can go? The best temple is a temple which is made for, is a work which is made for the good of our brethren and sisters. The best prayer is so that our people may prosper, our people's poverty and difficulties may go away. And so, when I laid this foundation stone here of this Nagarjuna Sagar, to me it was a sacred ceremony. To me, this was the foundation of the temple of humanity, of India, a symbol of the new temples that we are building all over India. In our country, there are many religions. In our country, there are many provinces and states. There are many languages. But still, our country is one. And whatever religion a person may have, he is an Indian first. In our country, there are of course the Hindus, and there are the Muslims, and there are the Sikhs and the Parsis and the Bauds and the Christians. And here on this site itself, 2,000 years ago, This was not only a great site of the Buddhist faith, a great university, but also of the Hindu faith, and they lived in friendship with each other. So, in India, we have a tradition of living in friendship, in cooperation with each other. Remember that the message of India throughout the ages, for thousands of years, has been the message of tolerance, the message of friendship, the message of peace, the message of working together for the common good. So now that India has become free and independent, and now that we can march ahead all together, we have to remember this message, and we must be true to the genius and culture of the great race to which we belong.
रक्षा करे